Hey, what's up, everyone? So, this is Mario Googs here with another Dragon Ball Super discussion video. Now, for this video, I wanted to discuss ranking the remaining participants in the Tournament of Power. Now, this is as of after seeing episode 123. So, the remaining participants are only 8. Jiren, Toppo, and Dyspo from Universe 11, and Gohan, Vegeta, Goku, 17, and Frieza from Universe 7. Now, I just want to repeat and make this very clear. This is as of episode 123. This is my perception of how these remaining participants stack up against each other after seeing episode 123. Obviously, in coming episodes, things may change. We may find out more about these remaining participants that could change the ranking of how they stack up against each other. So before people go nuts about things based on future episodes that they see, in case they see this video later on, this is based off of episode 123. Now, I'm also getting this video out rather late. Actually, episode 124 comes out tonight because I've been swamped between work and preparing for my first bench press competition. So I wanted to get this out earlier in the week, but it just didn't happen. So let's just get this out of the way, because if anyone disagrees with this, number one, so I'm going to do this in reverse, or not in reverse order. Like normally countdowns are from the weakest to the strongest. I'm going to do this in descending order. So, because I mean, it's pretty clear who takes the number one spot as of episode 123. If you don't agree with the number one spot, you're just simply delusional. To say there's just no way around it. Jiren is OP. He is hands down the number one ranked top participant in this Tournament of Power. No one stacks up against him, not even UI Goku, because he hasn't mastered it yet, so his hits won't even hurt the guy yet. And on top of that, we still haven't seen exactly how strong Jiren is. Hell, he scared Goku from blue back to his base form. He scared him. Now, people get scared, but this is Goku we're talking about. This is the guy that gets excited when he has to face someone stronger than him. He scared him back to his base form when he missed him with a punch. That is out of control. And this is only a hint of his power. Now, I'm choosing to do this in this order because I think as you go down the list to the weakest, it becomes more debatable. So now that we have the clear number one spot out of the way, this one is also pretty obvious. But after what happened in episode 123 with Vegeta ascending to this new level, that this new transformation that we still don't know the depths of his new power, because they didn't even give it a name, let alone explain it, besides stating that he's broken past his shell. So this could change as we find out more about Vegeta's new transformation, which, if you haven't seen my reaction video to episode 123, you go watch it, because you will understand just how much I love this moment and how they did it. How it was written was beautiful. But so I'm going to still keep the number 2 spot as Goku, because he has been able to tap into, although not fully, he has been able to tap into Ultra Instinct. Although he seems to be only understanding the defensive portion of this state, because when he was fighting Kefla, Whis even commented on it, and so did Kefla, that his strikes were weak because his mastery of Ultra Instinct so far has, and I wouldn't even say mastery of it because he hasn't mastered even the defensive portion yet, but he seems to be grasping more the defensive portion. He seems to be, his dodging and countering happens to be more flawless. When he has to switch to attacking, he doesn't know how to use Ultra Instinct in that regard. Now, what would have been interesting would be if Goku was able to willingly tap into the state of Ultra Instinct and switch out of it as he wanted, at will. Because then that means he could just switch between Blue Form or Kaioken times 20 and Ultra Instinct, like he was doing with God Form and Super Saiyan Blue to save stamina. But in this regard, tapping into Ultra Instinct when he needs defense, when he needs to be on the defensive, and then when he needs to go on the offensive, switch back to Blue or Blue Kaioken times 20 to at least, use his strength. Because what happens is his strike and Ultra Instinct were weak. And I think they are weaker than his strikes in Ultra Instinct, not Ultra Instinct, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20. Let me know if you guys disagree with this logic, but that's just how I'm seeing it, and it's rendering in my mind. Now, next, I am going to put Vegeta, but not in the number 3 spot. I'm going to call this 2X, because it's not like, hey, we know he's going to get this transformation in coming episodes. No, he got it in 123. We just don't fully understand how strong it is yet. So, Vegeta, I'm going to put him in the 2X spot, because when we fully understand the depths of his new power, who knows if this gets the step up on Goku not fully mastered Ultra Instinct. I think it clearly blows Kaioken 20 out of the water. If you disagree, let me know down below. But I think Vegeta was close to passing that even before. I think Goku Super Saiyan Blue without Kaioken stacked up against Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue, Vegeta is leagues ahead of Goku. This is, again, I repeat, without Kaioken. And I think Vegeta was gaining on him even with Kaioken, just based on what he was able to do against Jiren. In the number 4 slot, I'm going to put Toppo. I clearly put him ahead of all the others remaining on the list. Now, even before the transformation of Vegeta, this new transformation that he gained, I was putting Vegeta ahead of Toppo, which some people could disagree with. But I am basing this off of his very short, and unfortunately short, fight with Vegeta, because I would have loved to have seen that, as I stated in other reaction videos or review videos. I would have loved to have seen that, but we didn't. But for that short time that he was fighting Toppo, he seemed to care more about Goku's fight that was going on than the opponent, which Toppo, no, you can't take anything away from Toppo. This guy was the next candidate for God of Destruction. He is strong as fuck. So, even facing an opponent as strong as Toppo, he kept getting distracted by Goku's fight. When that could have been very dangerous, Toppo could have knocked him out of the ring. But he seemed confident enough in his own ability and interested enough in Goku's new ability that he kept getting distracted by that other fight. Which means, in my eyes, that he felt comfortably superior to Toppo. I think it would have been a great fight. I would have loved to have seen it, but I think Vegeta would come out ahead. Now, focusing back on Toppo, because he is the number 4 slot, I think he easily is ahead of 17, Dyspo, and Gohan. The only one that has put some doubt in my mind is Frieza gold form, true gold form, because of all the image training he was doing in Hell again, and his way to go past the stamina drain of this new form and really be able to use it to its full ability. But I think you can't take away the fact that Toppo was pretty evenly matched with Goku Kaioken times 20 when they did that little exhibition match. And although we know Goku has gotten stronger since then, if I recall correctly, I've never seen Goku use Kaioken with Super Saiyan Blue against Frieza. So I think Toppo clearly has the edge on Frieza. But like I said, this is all hypothetical. So I would love to hear what you guys think. And that kind of gives away who my number 5 slot is. I think it is Frieza. I think when he goes gold, can take out Dyspo. I think he's stronger than 17, and I think he's stronger than Gohan. So I'm not going to elaborate much more on that. Instead, I'd rather get into the next slot because I think this might be one of the most controversial ones. In my 6th slot, I put 17. So some of you may think Dyspo's stronger. Some of you may think Gohan's stronger. I'm going to put 17 based on what we've seen in the anime. Not the manga, the anime. Because in the anime, 17 went toe-to-toe with Super Saiyan Blue Goku and seemed to have not broken a sweat and was holding his own. In the manga, instead, they kind of corrected this because it seemed kind of weird that 17 would get so strong in this time that we haven't seen him. But in the manga, he faced off against Goku Super Saiyan 3, which makes more sense. But based on what is happening in the anime, I think 17 has the edge on Gohan for 2 reasons. One, both of these people, 17 and Gohan, have sparred seriously with Goku Super Saiyan Blue. And Gohan, although he tried his best, could not hang with Super Saiyan Blue Goku. Whereas 17 did. And 2, the other reason being fighting intelligence. 17 has been the most clever, in my opinion, the most clever fighter in this Tournament of Power of all the universes. Whereas Gohan, in fights, he tends to make stupid mistakes. And that costs him. So that's why I give 17 the spot over Gohan. Now, some may say, well, what about Dyspo? Dyspo, and actually, I'm gonna get right into it. I think I put Gohan ahead of Dyspo basically because we haven't seen. We don't really. They've been playing up Dyspo's speed. I don't know anything about his power. I think Frieza laughed him off in final form, not even gold form. He laughed him off. Some may argue, well, what about you can't hit what you can't catch? Yeah, but if what you can't hit barely puts a scratch on you, there are ways, especially 17 being as clever as he is, there are ways around that. And I think Gohan would be able to figure something out as well. I like I said, I think the last 3 slots are the most debatable. But with the reasoning I gave, some of you may still disagree, and hey, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I would love to hear why. I would love to hear you back up your rankings. But based on my rationale and logic, I put the last 3 slots as 17 in the 6th slot, Gohan as 7, and Dyspo in 8th. And I'll admit, the 7 and 8 were the ones that I was the most undecided about. I am confident, based on what I've seen up until episode 123, in my ranking of the 1 through 6th slot, but 7 and 8 are, like I said, they could be interchangeable. I could have gotten this wrong. I don't know. It could have been just a subjective move because I prefer Gohan as a character now that he actually has been getting back into fighting, because before that, before he started training again with Piccolo, it was actually frustrating to see him portrayed as the way he was, especially when having to deal with Frieza when he came back during the Resurrection of F arc and the movie. It was sad to see how weak he had become and scrawny. But glad he's back. I could have gotten this wrong. I would love to hear what you guys think. And as a bonus, I'm going to discuss about 2 other characters to make this more like a top 10. 2 bonus characters that have been eliminated that I would like to make some sort of discussion as to how they stack up against the remaining 8. And that is Hit and Kale, Berserker Kale. So when it comes to Hit, I see him below Vegeta, but I would love to have seen how he would have done against Toppo or Frieza. I think he takes the cake on Frieza, but Toppo, I don't know. I would have loved to have. That's another fight I would have loved to have seen. Heck, I would have loved to have seen Vegeta Hit as a rematch from that Tournament 6 arc, the Universe 7 versus Universe 6 tournament arc. But that's another thing we didn't get to see. I would love to hear what you guys think about Hit's elimination. I know a lot of people think he was eliminated too early, and also that whole crazy theory about that clone that he was still in, which was basically squashed once Universe 6 was erased. But Hit was someone I would have loved to have seen still in the tournament. I would have loved to have seen him face off against any of these 3, Vegeta, Toppo, or Frieza. But like I said, I think Vegeta would have taken the cake on him. Toppo would have been an excellent fight. And I honestly don't know. I want to say Toppo, but I don't know. That would have been such a great fight. Toppo Hit. And then Frieza, I think Hit would have had the advantage on Frieza. But like I said, I would have loved to have seen any 3 of these fights. And then Kale, I put lower. I think I put her more in the Frieza 17 classification. I think she would have the upper hand on 17, but not Frieza. I would have loved to have seen either one of those. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me about fights you would have wished you have seen in the Tournament of Power, but you didn't get a chance to. The comment section is yours. It's where I get to interact more directly with you guys. So please let me know your thoughts. Like I said, fights you would have loved to have seen, your personal ranking of the remaining 8, how you think Hit and Kale stack up with the remaining 8, anything, just anything Dragon Ball Super related, comment away in the comment section. Like I said, I would love to go back and forth with you guys. And if you haven't checked out my reaction video to episode 123 yet, go check it out, because that is about as raw of a reaction from a viewer as you could get. It was actually embarrassingly raw. It was a reaction that I completely did not expect to have. And, I mean, you got to see it to understand. I regret nothing, but it is kind of embarrassing. Go check it out. Mario Goog signing off. I'll see you guys after the reaction video to episode 124. Adios.